All right, today we're going to talk about a really sneaky kind of digital threat. One that's basically invisible and can turn your own web browser against you, and you'd never even know it was happening. Let's dive in.
I know it sounds totally like something out of a spy movie, right? But this is a very real threat. Could one single innocent-looking click, just one, be all it takes for some cybercriminal to start doing things as you? I mean, really, could it empty your bank account? The answer, and this is the scary part, is yeah, it absolutely could.
So you look at a screen like this, and what do you see? Right, a simple transfer form. You're probably just thinking about sending some money to a friend. But an attacker, they see something totally different. To them, this isn't a tool for you, it's a target. They can take these everyday actions, transferring funds, changing your password, you name it, and turn them into weapons. And the way they do it is, well, it's shockingly simple.
Okay, so this attack has a name. It's called Cross-Site Request Forgery, or for short, CSRF. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, at its core, it's all about tricking your browser into sending a fake request to a website where you're already logged in. The crazy part is, both your browser and the website are fooled. They both think you were the one who made the request.
All right, to really get how this digital heist works, we've got to understand the security system it's built to break. It all comes down to a really basic question. How does a website even know who you are from one click to the next? So let's pull back the curtain and see how sites actually recognize and remember you. So here's the fundamental problem of the web. The protocol that runs everything, HTTP, is what we call stateless. And that's just a fancy way of saying it has terrible amnesia. Seriously, every single time you click a link or load a new page, the server has no clue who you are. It's like it's meeting you for the very first time, every single time. So to solve this whole amnesia problem, websites came up with something brilliant: session cookies. The best way to think about a session cookie is like a temporary key card, for a hotel room. The moment you log in, the website hands your browser this little key card. From then on, every time you want to do something, your browser just flashes that key card. It's proof that you belong there, and it means you don't have to pull out your ID and password for every single click. It's super convenient. So let's walk through how this is all supposed to work. It's like a clean, simple handshake. 1. You log in with your username and password. 2. The server says, great, here's your unique key card, your session cookie. 3. Your browser just automatically shows that key card with everything you do. And 4. The server sees the key card, recognizes you, and keeps you logged in. See? It's a whole system built on trust. And that trust is, well, it's really important. But what happens when someone decides to corrupt that trust? Well, that's when the heist begins. This is where we get into the anatomy of the attack. And the truly scary thing is, the attacker doesn't even need to steal your keycard. Nope. They just have to trick you into using it for them. And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the attack. An attacker carefully puts together a request, to transfer money, change your email, whatever they want, and then they find a way to make your own browser send it. And because your browser is just doing its job, it automatically includes that session cookie, your keycard. So what does the website see? It sees a perfectly legitimate, totally valid request coming from you. You'd be amazed at how simple this can be. The most common way they do this is with a malicious link. It could be in an email, on a forum, anywhere. It might look totally harmless, maybe a link to a funny cat video, but hidden inside that URL are secret instructions for your bank. So you click it, and maybe you're logged into your bank in another tab. Well, your browser just does what it's told. It sends that malicious request, automatically attaches your valid cookie, and bam, the bank sees a legitimate command from you and just obeys. The money's gone.
And yeah, attackers have a whole toolkit for this stuff. It's not just about malicious links. They can get more sophisticated. They can build an entire fake website with a hidden, totally invisible form on it. The second you land on that page, that form can automatically submit itself, firing off a request on your behalf. This lets them do even more complex things. But no matter which tool they use, the core idea is exactly the same: trick your browser into doing their dirty work for them.
Okay, so I know this all sounds pretty terrifying. The good news? We're not defenseless. Developers have been fighting this for years, and they've built up a whole fortress of defenses to protect us. So let's flip the script and look at how we fight back.
The first line of defense is pretty straightforward. It's like a basic ID check. The server can peek at a couple of things called the origin or referer headers. These basically tell the server where the request is coming from. So if a request to your bank suddenly comes from, shadywebsite.com, the server can just say, nope, and block it.
It's a good first step for sure, but clever attackers can sometimes find ways around it. So a much stronger defense is actually built right into modern browsers. It's called same-site cookies. And this is basically a rule that tells your browser, hey, that keycard you have for bank.com, you are not allowed to use it when a request comes from some other random website. It puts a lock on where your credentials can be used.
Let's break down what this actually means. If a cookie is set to strict, that's it. Your browser will never ever send that cookie if the request comes from another site. Game over for the attacker. Lax is a little more, well, lax. It allows the cookie for simple stuff, like if you click a direct link to go from one site to another. And this is huge. Lax is now the default in most browsers, which has made the web a whole lot safer. Then you have none, which, yeah, that means any site can use the cookie. You have to be really careful with that one.
Look, same-site cookies are a fantastic, powerful defense, a real game changer. But for the really important stuff, transferring money, changing your password, we need something even stronger. We need a lock that only you have the key for, and a key that only works once for that one specific action.
And that brings us to the gold standard, the ultimate defense, the CSRF token. The best way to think of this is like a secret one-time use password that the server gives your browser for just one single transaction. It's completely unique to you, to your current login session, and to that specific thing you're trying to do. So check this out. Here's how it stops the heist dead in its tracks. Step 1. When you go to make a transfer, the server slips your browser that secret one-time token. Step 2. When you hit Confirm Transfer, your browser sends back two things, your regular session keycard and that special secret token. Step 3. The server checks. Does it have both? Are they both valid? Now think about the attacker. Their malicious link, it has no way of knowing that secret token. It can't guess it, it can't steal it. So when their forged request shows up, the token is either missing or it's just plain wrong. The server sees that mismatch and bam, request rejected. The heist completely fails. It's beautiful.
So when you put all of this together, you start to see that these aren't just, abstract lines of code. This whole system, it acts like your own personal, invisible digital bodyguard. It's constantly working behind the scenes, verifying who you are and what you're trying to do every single second you're online. And it all happens in the blink of an eye.
Because when you boil it all down, the core of a CSRF attack is really simple. It's about betrayal. It's about an attacker tricking the one thing you trust most online, your own browser, and turning it against you. So what are the big takeaways here? What should you really remember from all this? First, CSRF attacks are all about exploiting that built-in trust between you and a website. Second, your browser can't tell the difference between a click you meant to make and one an attacker forged. It just follows orders. Third, those defenses we talked about, especially CSRF tokens, they act like a secret handshake that proves it's really you. And hey, for any developers listening, this is why it is absolutely crucial to never ever use a simple link, a GET request, for any action that changes something on the server.
And that really leaves us with one last big thought. Your browser, it follows instructions blindly. It doesn't care if those instructions come from you or from an attacker hiding on a malicious website. So the real question you have to ask yourself is, who writes the code that you trust with every single click?